In the heart of Chicago, there's an old tale locals whisper on cold nights. It's a story about the last train on the Blue Line. It was nearly 1 a.m. when Lisa boarded the nearly empty train at Clark Lake after a long shift at the hospital. She was exhausted. She plugged in her earbuds, turned up her murder podcast, and leaned her head against the glass. The doors at the front of the train were sealed shut, as were the ones at the rear of the car. They never found Lisa. But late at night, some riders still swear they see her reflection in the windows, banging to get out of a train that doesn't exist. There was no escaping whatever nightmare this was. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out more stories like these. Just as the man began advancing on her, Lisa looked for a way out. That's when she spotted it. A small maintenance access door on the side of the train. One that was clearly meant for emergencies. With a final surge of adrenaline, she lunged for it, throwing her weight against the door. To her horror, it swung open, and she tumbled onto the tracks below. Miraculously, the train stayed still long enough for her to scramble off and hide in a nearby tunnel. Shaken and terrified, she watched the train doors slide shut. She yanked the emergency brake, but it didn't jolt the train to a stop. No screeching brakes! No loud crash, just silence. Lisa screamed and bolted through the next set of doors. Her heart pounded against her ribs. She could hear the train rattling along the tracks, but she couldn't hear herself think. The next door slid open and she kept running. On and on she went, desperate to escape whatever was happening to her. Finally, she made it to the front car and pounded on the driver's door. But when she turned around, the man was right behind her. He was standing in the middle of the train car with a look of pure evil on his face. As the train pulled away from the station, she noticed something strange. Every single car was empty. Totally empty! Even for that late hour. It felt off. So she did what anyone else would do. She moved to the next car to see if anyone else was there. Still empty. She checked the car beyond that. Is there nothing? The flickering fluorescent lights buzzed above her. An uneasy feeling settled in her stomach. She tried to text her roommate, but her phone had no signal. Not low, not one bar. Just nothing! That wasn't right either. The digital display above the doors announced the next stop, but all she saw was a flashing red out of service light. As the train rattled on, Lisa started to panic. Where were the other passengers? Had she missed something? A news alert, maybe. A transit strike. Anything could have made headlines by now. She pulled out her phone again, desperate to get a signal. Nothing. That's when she saw it. At the very end of the car, a man standing completely still. Lisa couldn't make out his features. Just the silhouette of a man dressed in clothes that looked like something out of the 1950s. His eyes locked onto hers. The moment she noticed him and he didn't look away, slowly, Lisa backed up, her eyes searching for another way out of the train car. She couldn't move forward. She was too far from the doors at this point. The doors themselves seemed to be locked. Turning back, she realized there was nowhere to go. Then the doors across from her slid opened and the man took a step toward her. Panic surged through Lisa. She threw herself against the driver's side window, but it wouldn't budge. She was trapped! Days later, CTA officials found her phone abandoned on the tracks near Forest Park. It was still playing her last Spotify song on repeat. Thanks for watching.